We're all soldiers now.
Alright guys, this is gonna be my first VOD review for Step,
Hello.
who's a 3200 player. He plays Soldier, McCree, Tracer. I skipped over this a little bit, so he's gonna play Soldier most of the time. Actually, all the time. So this should be interesting. Just gonna skip a little bit.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
This is kind of like the old meta, right? 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 healers. It's kind of weird to see, but I mean, I guess that's what people can play, so that's what they're playing. I definitely want them. Definitely want that Zarya to go Diva, for example. But it is what it is.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Move it out.
Escort the payload.
Enemy contact.
I like that you take the high ground right away. That's really good as a soldier. Alright, so one thing to mention right here is because you took the high ground, you got to see what they're running. And you saw that they have no hog, they have no soldier of their own. You didn't see a tracer, I don't think. And the only thing that could pretty much contest you or kill you is their Mei right click. So that means you have this open window where you can just do whatever you want, because except Diva that can fly up to you, you have no one else that can contest you. So right away you should be using that knowledge to your advantage. I mean, given their Diva pushed you off the high ground, but still, like, you can go back and retake the high ground right now because they have nothing to go against you. Alright, so this is what I mean. You should not be playing in the payload. Like, you're the person that can rotate the whole time and just do whatever you want. And just because of the things I mentioned, you know they have nothing to go against you. So you can just, like right now, go up here, go upstairs, and take the high ground. And just shoot him from there. And you stay there until they send Diva in your face, and then you back up. And then, 1 second. And then once Diva runs away, because you know you're gonna run away, and then their Diva's gonna back up, then you go and take the high ground again. And just keep doing that and keep being annoying. And pretty much like a second tracer to their team because, you know, they didn't pick anything to go against you. So from now on, you should be taking the high ground advantage the whole time. So, I already mentioned you should be taking the high ground. And still, like right now, you should be doing it because, how should I put it? This position you're putting yourself into, it's not, you know, you're not maximizing your damage output. Most of the time, you're just shooting a little bit and then hiding, then reloading, then shooting a little bit more. If you were taking the high ground the whole time, you could be picking up kills, and your team actually picked up 2 kills, and you could have pretty much won this whole phase because you know you'd be shooting free. You can even go, if you're a little bit more patient, you can go to this window and shoot from there. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna force them to actually go after you. They're gonna send Diva, they'll maybe even send the 2 DPS players after you. And that's how you're gonna open up the map for the rest of your team. The rest of your team is actually already doing a pretty good job though. Like, they're picking up kills. You're just not in position where you can follow up and help them clean up the fight so you can win this point rather easy. One thing that's kind of a small thing, but it can go a long way depending on how you use it. You right click, you rocket. If you use it correctly, let me go back a little bit. You can actually push people in the direction that you want and force them to be stuck in your whole team. So you can kill them way easier. I think you missed it right here, so I'm gonna show you. Alright, right here, this area is jumping to the right. So you know she's gonna land probably right here somewhere, I guess, or maybe here, whatever. What you can do is rocket right here, you know, the moment she lands, and that's gonna push her the opposite direction. And then that pretty much secures the kill for you because so instead of her being here, after you rocket, she's gonna be like right here. I mean that doesn't seem that like much, but believe me, it's very useful, especially when you go against people like Anna, Zens, and so on. Like this little distance right here is where you can kill someone easily, instead of having them run away and you having to chase them around. So make sure you work on that. It's a neat little trick. You see what I mean? Instead you rocketed her in the opposite direction and she made it away. Oh, it just sucks because that's one kill you could have had on your own. Oh, and on top of that, she comes back and grabs your team on point. You know, it's just that's not it's not that good. I don't think they can kill you, but still, against better people, this is gonna be crucial. Picking up kills that you know matter like that. And once again, you should be taking the high ground here. Like you should be here or window or wherever you want. You should not be playing on the payload. You should be trusting your team that your team is gonna do the job and move the payload. You should be the one creating space for your team and creating pressure for their team. They should be trying to get you out of the fight, trying to kill you, trying to chase you around the map. You should be consistently forcing them to do that. So they kind of have a choice. Hey, do we engage his whole team or do we go after him? And no matter which one they pick, your team is gonna win because of it. If they go after you, then your team is you relieve pressure from your team. But if they go for you, yeah, if they go for you, you relieve pressure from your team. But if they go for your team, then you have you know all the time in the world to just back rage, side rage, and pick up kills, or just even if you don't pick up kills, you damage them a lot. I'm just gonna, whenever you have to be taking the high ground, I'm just gonna mention it real quick from now on. I'm not gonna pay that much more attention to it because, you know, it's really important. You should be doing it the whole time. But let's not talk about that the whole game. I'm just gonna, from now on, I'm just gonna mention like take the high ground here, and that's gonna be it. Ooh, another. I said I'm not gonna mention it anymore, but another reason to take that high ground is because whenever you visor, you see where everyone is and you can kill them real fast. You don't actually have to rotate your camera around to find them. Like if you actually visored from here, all you would have to do is go right, go left, and then you would pretty much kill all of them. Like you don't even actually have to move that much. Like right now, you're not sure where they are, if they're hiding somewhere or whatever. And also their Mayot is gonna get you right now, and you have to run away, and you're gonna waste pretty much your whole visor running away here. I think. I'm not sure. I think that Mayot may have went over you, so it may not get you. I don't know, but we'll see. Just in general, high ground is really, really, really important to have the whole game as a soldier. As anything really, but as a soldier especially, you want to have it because it's an advantage that you cannot ignore.
it's back here somewhere. Like behind the.
It's kind of weird how this game works out. Instead of you making space for your team is making space for you, which, I mean, it's kind of weird if you think about it. But
Or whatever. How do you get off? I don't
I guess it worked out this
I
game.
think he just kind of flew towards the back. He saw my cannon. I think I can get.
I like this here. You push up to kind of punish someone if you can. But once again, when you do that, you should be going high ground,
I'm gonna go up top.
which I think you're gonna do now. Hopefully, yep, you're doing it.
My ultimate is charging.
Okay, this right here. Nobody knows you there. This is like your perfect opportunity to pick up a kill. Instead of shooting this guy, because he's a McCree, you saw him, you walk all the way up here to here, or run, whatever. You better run because so you can actually match him. But you go here, then you left click him for just a little bit, right click him and then left click him again to secure that kill. Like picking up this kill right here is crucial because it opens up the game for your whole team. Like you can win this phase without actually having a team fight if you pick up this kill right now. And this is really good. And on top of that, if you get this kill, that's gonna mean you have the high ground advantage the whole time. I mean their team is probably right here, but they're gonna have to drop the contest on the point, and you're gonna be by yourself up top. And once again, once you get that high ground advantage, it's really hard for the enemy team to do something. They actually have to send more than one person to contest you. I don't know if you actually pick up this kill or not. I guess we'll see now. Hey, that works, I guess. Here, this fight is actually really good for your team. It doesn't matter how much damage you take. All it matters is for you to keep the Zarya here, shooting you, instead of going after your team. Because Zarya has to be in the team fight. I don't know why the Zarya decided to go for you. She cannot kill you, unless you're standing still, pretty much. So, and she's not full charge. If something happens and you run out of your health station, you can come up here and pick up the pack as well. You'll be given up high ground, which I don't like, but for the sake of keeping the Zarya here and not paying attention to the payload, I would do it.
There's Ana and.
So right here, you get on the point. Once again, let's go back a little bit. Once again, you drop the high ground. I would immediately go high ground again. Like, just keep being annoying. That's not all you can do. Of course, you can stay in the payload and fight, but it's not optimal. Like you can be on the high ground the whole time, harassing their whole team, not just one person that's contesting the payload. You know what I mean? And also it helps your Mercy because you have a Mercy. Like Mercy can fly up to you, and then if you're in trouble, then she can fly back to your team. And if they engage her on your team, then she can fly back to you. And that's how you create space for your whole team and for your Mercy.
There's Ana and Zarya up.
Check this out. Fire at will.
Need some healing.
Nice. That was good. I'll get my Zarya.
Zarya ult was wasted here,
My
but
ultimate is almost
Smasher
ready.
turret's on the left here.
I guess for the sake of
Close to
securing
the
this
door.
point, no, you can use it, but I don't think it was needed at all.
Sim sleeping.
Everyone, heal up.
Oh, another little trick I guess I can show.
The checker.
Ultimate is almost.
That was good. I'll get my Zarya. Oh.
My ultimate is almost
Smasher
ready.
turret's on the left here.
Okay, so you see where the Symmetra is? You know where she's gonna hide. You have your rocket. Because your team is right next to you, maybe they didn't see her as well as you did. You should assume that they don't know she's there. And calling this is important because you can pick up the kill. Like, why not? But it's hard to call this column right here. Like, nobody's gonna know what you mean. So what you can do is fire a rocket in less than a second. Just wait a little bit. Fire a rocket. Fuck, not there. Like right here. And that's gonna push their Symmetra to the left and expose her to your team. And your team is gonna know she's there, and you're gonna get a kill real fast. Once again, this is really small, but if you get in the habit of doing this over and over, you're gonna have better games. And you're gonna pick up more kills.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Sim sleeping.
Everyone heal up.
I have ulti.
Visor ready.
Here, once again, you should be taking the high ground. You want to be right here. You want to be behind them and above them.
For deployment.
Especially since they have a Rhine. So they don't have a diva anymore. So they have nothing to contest you high ground. They have nothing to go against you. So this is a free high ground opportunity for you. You have 4 minutes to just sit on the high ground and spam them.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, this is perfect. You got nanoed. You're behind them. What you must do is sit at this spot right here, and just shoot him. Like wherever the Rhine shield is not, that's where you are, and you're gonna pick up those kills. Whatever you do not drop, and do not stay in front of the Reinhardt shield with this nano boost.
You in my sights.
Shut up.
Oh man, no, no. Like, just keep the high. Whatever you do, keep the high ground. Like, you being close to targets is not gonna pick up the kills faster. Like, it's so much more important to just sit on the high ground and spam them from there. And also, Ryan can now block everything if you're sitting above him. He's gonna miss a few targets, and those are your potential kills. Well, I think you realized this after you dropped, so.
Just like that.
Okay, so they just overcommitted a Lucio for no reason. They already had the fight won. So you just get out of here right now. You have nothing else to do here. You've lost the fight. Don't give him more charge. Just get out. Right here. You dash right here, run and get out. Like, don't worry about damaging him. Don't worry about building up. Just get out. Like, once you get to this right side here, all the way to the very end, then you can just peek and shoot and build your ult. But don't play here. Like, do not stay here. Whatever you do, because they're gonna turn around, and if they're smart against better players, they're just gonna keep you alive. Like, they'll damage you, leave you with like 10 HP, and then if they can, they'll keep you alive for as long as they can't to stagger you. So you just got staggered in a situation where you could have been alive shooting the whole time, and probably you would have built
I'm
more
not a young
ults
man
if you did what I mentioned.
Deployed a shield generator.
Огонь по готовности.
So after the grab, this fight was already lost. I don't know why you're Anna nanoed, but like, this fight is already lost. You should realize that. Just get as much damage as you can and then get out.
Yep. Holy shit, they're still chasing me. Alright, so we got a shield gen.
We gotta find that shit.
You think they didn't use his beat drop and they maybe hammer down? I'd be in that left side. Or under, actually.
You have two healers. Both of them are behind you. You get hit by a Symmetro Orb. I mean, you should not have gotten hit there because you saw it from a mile away. So you should have dodged that. But either way, you got hit, whatever. You're gonna be healed. Don't waste that healing station. That's a really important cooldown, and it's like, what, 14, 15 seconds? 14, I guess? 14 seconds. You should save that for team fights so you can drop it for your team or for yourself. Doesn't matter. But you should be saving that as much as you can.
Everyone heal up.
Run sleeping.
Once again, high ground. You should be taking the high ground. Should be here or maybe to the right over here. You have to create a lot of pressure so your team has an easier time to push, because right now they're all playing right here. Their whole team is here, except maybe Diana. I don't know where she is. I think she's high ground, so you can even kill her. But their whole team is playing down low. If you don't pressure them by taking the high ground, then they'll just roll you guys over, because you're all of you are pushing the same way. Nobody's back raging, nobody's side raging, and that person that should be doing that is you. Especially now that you have Nano. I mean Visor, sorry.
Watch out for the turrets.
I've got you in my sights.
And here once again, your Ryan commits an ult after your Mercy dies and he's below half HP, so that's just a waste by him. But and then you commit your Visor in a situation where, I mean, you're so far pushed back that this Visor, even if you get kills, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't push them anywhere. It doesn't give you an advantage. You're just using this Visor to get kills right now. That's all this Visor can do. Nothing else. Is you picking up 1, 2, maybe even 3 kills. But it doesn't help your team in any way.
We need to watch for the sim come in behind us.
Oh my god, fuck.
When here you knew Ryan was chasing you. So after you picked up that health pack, you should have just kept running. You stopped to reload.
This old dog's learned a few
That's just I guess, a judgment you made those wrong. I don't know. So they're pushing in like that. You should be assuming they're gonna grab you because Arya just pushed in like that. If not, you should be assuming that the Ryan has Shatter because he's not blocking for anyone. He's right on your team, so he's looking for a Shatter 100%. Nobody else is gonna go Ryan like this when they might think your Ryan is gonna have Shatter or that he's gonna damage their whole team or something like that. So he has Shatter, you know that. You should be hiding, well, not hiding, but you should be playing at a distance where you can dodge the Shatter so you can continue shooting after he shatters. Because when he shatters, he's gonna be swinging, so that's an easy kill for you.
heal up here.
Instant, good.
Heroes never die.
So the whole reason you're dying here and you've been dying is because you're not taking the high ground. You're not doing what soldiers are supposed to be doing. So keep that in mind and work on that. See, instead of running away here, because 3 of your teammates are really low, you should go right behind the shield and put a healing station for them. So you can keep the pressure up. Right here. You stay behind the Rhine shield, which is right here somewhere. And you put a healing station like right here. Your team heals up. They already wasted visor. So after you guys heal up, you can just push and clean up whoever's alive on their team, I guess. Yeah, you can do that. So because you didn't put that healing station down, their teammates pushed and killed 3 of you. You could have saved all these 3 people on your team with just 1 healing station. Or maybe not. Maybe you guys would have still died. I don't know. But with a mercy there and your healing station, I think you would have had it. And because they were already pushing you, you would have actually killed them and counter pushed them easily. You know, see how that's a really like a small thing that you may not pay attention to, but it could potentially go in your favor and winning the game. Like that's just how it is.
Locate that shield generator. Patched up.
60
You
seconds
can go like
remaining.
right.
I mean, you died, you got yourself staggered, but
The war goes on.
it's fine.
Deploy the shield generator.
Let's go right side up top. Cause there's turrets all right there.
That's
Oh, bad.
better.
You're gonna die right now. Same with you, Kiva. You guys are dying.
You don't want to go to war with me.
Dude, we're literally just sitting at the choke, man. Why don't you get on the payload and fight?
Field's down.
So what this Reaper on your team mentioned is that you're doing the same thing over and over, and that's true. You're sitting in the entrance and just I don't know. You guys are pretty much waiting for them to kill you because there's nothing else you can do with the Steam comp. Like you can pretty much sit and the person that should be doing something different to open up the map for your team as you. But since you're not doing it, then you're just pretty much sitting at point and waiting for them to kill you. So his idea is good, like we should be pushing in, but unless you take the high ground, there's no real way to push this in. Unless you guys pick up some lucky kill somehow, which I don't see how that's gonna happen because they have a shield gen, I think, still somewhere.
30 seconds remaining.
You see how easy this is? This would have been so easy for 4 minutes if you just did this over and over and you had free range on their entire team. So imagine your team is pushing from main right here and then you're behind them. Like you pretty much sandwich him. Like you should not be able to lose this if you actually did this. I'm pretty sure you would have picked up a lot of kills and won this game. It would have been over like a long time ago.
Deploy the shield generator.
Огонь по готовности.
I've got you in my
10
sights.
seconds remaining.
Their sim keeps just walking in behind and killing me.
So you finally did what I've been asking you to do, but it was too late. Like it was like what 15 seconds left. Half every team was dead.
Why not speak English?
Well, I mean, I think you'll get it next time. So, like you seem to know what you're doing, a soldier, pretty much most of the time. It's just that positioning and taking the advantage of some situations is what you're missing. But I think after you watch this, you're gonna do a lot better.
We're all soldiers now.
Why doesn't soldier have real feet? What?
And remember to always take as many advantages as you can. Take as many of them as you can. So here it could be
Why doesn't soldier have real feet? What?
oh man, I'm gonna
Have a
have to go
tracer?
back a little bit more.
Waiting for.
I have a tracer.
So here you could be playing right here, And the moment the doors open up, you shoot, you rocket, and get that all built up. Every little bit counts. Like you should be in that. You should get in the habit of doing that. I mean, they're gonna get some healing off, but it's way more important for you to get your visor first. Even if they have nano boost, like so what? Like they nano boost someone because you were damaging them so much, but you have visor, so you win either way.
Why doesn't soldier have real feet?
Five,
Like
Can't see it.
three,
It's just that every little bit counts,
one. Attackers
even if it
incoming.
doesn't seem that important.
Stop the payload.
Good choice. That's the best you can do.
They've got a widow.
Enemy contact.
Just jump to the choke since I have Widow.
Everyone, heal up.
Tracer's behind.
Tracer behind, Tracer behind.
The recall. She's up top.
Damn it.
She's up top.
So you lost one of your healers, which is really big at this point because they can just push through, and you're not gonna have enough healing. Okay, right here. You almost killed the Zen. I think it's the Zen. Oh, hopefully I'm not wrong, but he almost killed someone. I was just unlucky that they dodged your rocket, but to be honest, you shot it wrong.
She's up top.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's a Zen. So here it is. You can rocket right here and pick up the kill. You pretty much rocket this space right here, and you pick up this kill. You were just a little bit late on rocket, but that's not the issue. Like that's fine. Whatever, it happens. The issue here is
She's up top.
Damn it.
this right here. The Winston jumps up, and you're not even tracking him. Like this is where you can pretty much get Winston down to half and build your ult right away. You can even kill him. I don't know how much HP he is, but you should be aiming at the Winston and trying to get that kill if you can. If not, at least you damage him a lot and then he can't push. Either way, you win. I don't know why you just left them to escape like that without even looking at them.
Watch your back.
Sniper, be careful.
Oh my god.
Once again, the Winston jumps up. You should be looking up and killing him. And as a soldier, that's really easy because you can't really move that well in air. So it's not a free kill because you might be full HP, but it's free damage, and you should be getting that. Because once you get Winston down to half, if you're a Winston player, you're thinking, oh shit, like I'm down to half, I have no jump, I have no shield, I'm pretty much dead. So he's gonna hide. Well, you should be looking up and killing that Winston. That's not a small thing, that's really important.
Oh, you don't.
Come here and get stabilized.
So see, because you did not contest him and nobody else did, well to be honest, you have a range, so he cannot. And you were down a healer, but you could have contested him, but because you didn't, then the Winston got his ult. If he contested him those 2 times, especially the second time, he would not have ult.
I don't quit till the
Don't go in.
fight's
Don't go in.
done.
Has reached the
My
checkpoint.
ultimate is ready.
I like what you do here, and it's really smart. You take the high ground. What I do not like is you running at this point, pressing your tab. Like they just got the point. They have the advantage. better players will be playing pushed up. So a better player will kill you here because you're not even paying attention to what's going on. Like it's good to press tab and like look at the ults and whatever, but you're in an area where they're supposed to be playing at because they're pushed up. I don't know if they're pushed up or not, but I'm assuming they are because they just won the point and they should be pushing up to create pressure against their team.
Monkey above us.
So you heard Tracer. You know Tracer's here. You have to pick up this kill. Like Tracer's probably use 2 blinks, maybe even 3. I don't know. What you want to do is move up as much as you can. Why do I keep doing this? Go this way. If you get to here, this is the sweet spot. You get to here. Once Tracer runs up the stairs, you left click, right click, and then maybe left click again, and you pick up the kill. Maybe you don't, I don't know, but there's a huge opportunity here to pick up the skill and pretty much save your team for another 15-20 seconds.
Just in time.
So you would have, even if you didn't do that, if you were just camping, you would have picked up the kill. But I think you have, I don't know if it's a problem or you just not, I don't know if you used to not doing it, but use the rocket to damage Tracer. Like that's not why you counter Tracer, but it's really effective against Tracer. So the moment you damage Tracer even a little bit, especially if you get a headshot, just rocket her. Even if you don't get the kill, Tracer's gonna recall. That's a win for you. Especially here, you could have rocketed Tracer so many times in this fight and gotten the kill, but you didn't do it. That's just like a small unfortunate misplay. Here you should be in the high ground again. I have to mention that because it's really important, especially since they have a sniper. You have to be in the high ground to create way more pressure on them than they have right now because they have a sniper. They're actually creating more pressure right now because of their Widow, who's on the high ground. I think she's on the high ground. She should be. So if you're in the high ground, you're gonna create probably the same amount of pressure and kind of balance that out. And even maybe you can even go for the kill on Widow, depending on where she plays.
Into the iris.
I
You
try.
need some healing.
See what I mean? If I'm just not gonna mention this again as much, but it's really important you start doing this.
Some healing.
Right here, Tracer blinked. Chances are, she's not gonna blink again. This is a 3200 SR. So you're now playing against the best of the best people playing Tracer. So chances are this Tracer's not gonna blink again for at least a second. So you rocket here, and then after you rocket this, you don't. Okay, so you don't rocket the Tracer because you can miss. I mean, if you can hit it every time, that's really good, power T, but I don't think you can do it. So you just rocket the ground or her feet, and then what that does is you either pick up the kill with your left click right after, or you force a recall. Either way, that's a huge win for you because, you know, normal Tracer will not jump your team like this again if she doesn't have recall. Pretty much you can punish any Tracer with a rocket and force a recall out of the Tracer and relieve pressure from your supports in your whole team. If you just rocket at the right time where you know she's not gonna dodge that rocket. I mean, you had the right idea to rocket there, but that was just way too late. That was the time where Tracer would have most likely blinked away. You know what I mean?
They have walls. Tracer behind.
Get in there.
the reason why they're pushing you guys like this, like so hard, is because you're not relieving the pressure by taking care of this chaser. Like I mentioned, Rocket and this chaser would relieve pressure from your entire team, and because you're not doing it, she's free to do pretty much whatever she wants. Of course, this is not just on you. Other people be paying attention as well, not dying constantly. But you can stop that. You can help your team in a big way here with rockets. And once again, you should be playing high ground because, especially because you have visor. If you visor here right now, their diva is just gonna block it. But if you're playing right up here and you visor, you can kill these guys here. And if diva even comes up to you, then you can jump. You can jump on the other side and still kill them. You see what I mean? Just playing the high ground gives you so many choices and such better opportunities here.
I've got you in my sights.
So they're one down, the trace is down, and you hear a grab. You do not visor here. Like, I don't think there's a point. They don't have a Reinhardt. Their monkey already used bubble. You saw it on this left side a few seconds ago. And their diva's right here. So whoever's in this grab, they have nothing to block it. You can just rocket the grab and left click and you're gonna pick up the kill. So you don't need visor. You save this visor 100%. Like, all these are little small things you should be paying attention during the games, but they're really important. Also here, just because you visored and their diva ulted, you could have stood still for one more second and killed that diva with your visor, and then ran away to hide. Like, you had plenty of time to get a few more shots in before you ran away.
Sweep.
Time to raise my APM.
Sniper, get your head down or lose it.
Don't push out too far.
Well, this is really unfortunate. You missed that kill. Oh man. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but
And I'll keep getting back up.
man, if he picked up that kill, it would have been so much better.
You're purple, Ryan.
But it happens. That's not a huge issue. But I think it's the right play to push like that and try to get that kill, stagger someone.
You're purple.
Okay, here you see a diva getting demeched right in front of you. So what you do here is you rocket this way and hopefully hit baby diva. And if you actually hit her, that's gonna mean she's gonna be like what? I don't even know. But in any way, below half HP, and that's gonna help your team pick up that kill on the baby diva. Again, that's a really small thing that you can apply to your gameplay.
Widow down.
Shoulder, can you put your healing pad? I need it.
2 seconds. Oh shit.
Time to heal up.
I mean, I'm not gonna mention it here, but you were late on the rocket again, and that's why the chaser picked up your Reaper.
Team Widow. Widow went Pharah.
So they go Pharah when you're playing soldier, and you have a Mercy on your team, so that's really bad on their part. They should make the game way easier for you guys. All you have to do against this is hold the high ground, either stay here or here, and you've completely taken care of the Pharah if you do this, if you keep the high ground. Because Pharah pretty much has to go through you to deal damage to your team.
Why'd you?
Need healing.
Tracer, what's behind you?
Get over here and heal up. Powered up. Anyone need some? I've got you in my sight.
So here, you already picked up 2 kills, your Reaper did. If you're not paying attention to this top right corner, this is extremely important. You should be looking at this all the time. Your 2 kills up, and you demec the diva before that as well. So there are 2 people down, and they don't even have a diva. This fight is over for them. They cannot win it. They don't have a Mercy. Actually, I don't think they have a Mercy. I haven't seen a Mercy. So I think they don't have a Mercy. If they had a Mercy, she would be here with the Pharah. So I'm sure they don't. So this fight is over. Nobody else should be ulting. Nobody else should be doing anything really, except staying alive. So you do not commit a visor here. There's nothing to even shoot. Like, there's no one in front of you. There's no one next to you. The only person you can potentially kill is this person, and then if the Pharah is a good player, she would just hide right here. So there's nothing to gain out of visoring here. I know why he did it. He did it because he took some damage, and it was just a panic reaction to ult and kill people before they kill you. But it's just not needed right now.
Anyone need some? I've got you in my sights.
Oh, that's soldier. Why is Zarya above? Like, why am I feeling more shooting?
Like, playing here is really good. It's fine. Like, you should be playing there the whole time. Even if they're contesting you, you're not doing a lot, they have to pay attention to you. They actually have to send more than just the diva to deal with you. So if I was you, I would have just kept playing up there. Eventually, you're gonna kill that diva and demec her because she has to help her team. She cannot pay attention to you the whole time. And even if she does, then that's fine. But I would have stayed up there the whole time. This for the sake of killing that Pharah faster and right away, because her ult can actually melt people if she's that close. You have to rocket her. I understand you want to get the headshot, but rocket her, deal way more damage. But because if she's getting pocketed by someone, then you need that extra burst damage. I mean, you still kill her, it's fine, but you would have killed her faster with the rocket, I think.
Come here, get stabilized.
Diva reporting in.
Here, a little misplay again. You're trying to shoot and run away. Could have just ran away, and once again taken the high ground. Because the Tracer cannot touch you up there. Their soldier, I mean, their soldier can shoot you, but he can shoot back. The only one that can show up there is Diva. And she's not gonna just fly around the whole map. There you go. This is good.
Zen's one.
Here, once you see that Genji dash, you should be on the Genji. You should be picking up that kill on the Genji because he cannot run away, and that's your target. Make sure that Genji doesn't kill anyone and doesn't, damage anyone. I mean, going after the Mercy is fine as well.
And as well.
I just think Genji being right next to you would have been
Say D.Va.
a way easier target for you.
Oh, okay.
I guess I might be wrong. Like going after the Ana, that's pretty good as well. So
Enemy contact.
My ultimate is ready.
Zen on the right.
60 seconds.
Ryan discorded.
so here once
Zen on the right.
you guys have the full advantage because you have people on the high ground, and then you have your whole team on the low ground. So they have to do something to get you out of this high ground. So unless they're doing this or unless they're committing ults, you do not visor. Because there's no reason to. Like they cannot break this hold unless they commit ults or if they send people high ground. Up to you. That's why you do not commit ults ever unless they do it first.
60 seconds.
Ryan discorded.
So their main tank is down. Like he's dead. He's gone. And I mean, I understand you want to visor and pick up a few kills, but it's not needed. Like you don't have to do it. They have no shield to sit behind. You can just shoot them, rocket them, and you guys can pick up kills. You don't have to commit this visor, especially since it's 56 seconds. And if you win this fight without visor, then you're gonna have it for the last and final fight, which is really important and really good. So here, I'd say do not visor, for sure. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but they finally sent someone to deal with you. There's a tracer, another tracer, a Genji up here somewhere, either lower or higher, I don't know. But I heard him and I saw your HP drop, so he's there. And that's another reason why you don't need visor here, because their Genji's behind your team and you can stagger him for so much longer.
Target-rich environment.
Going back up.
This is fine, you guys are staggering more people. You got a nice kill. Okay, whatever happens here, you do not die. Like damage him, build your ult again, whatever, but just do not die. It's 36 seconds. You have to stay alive. The moment you see this hog, you're running away. Like you're not trying to pick up the kill anymore, you run away. Or you just hide to the left side. You make a step left, even if he hooks you, it's gonna break line of sight and you're gonna be safe.
What? Oh, that was my bad. Fuck.
That's really not good. But I mean, you got lucky that uh your Reaper picked up the Rhine again. I don't know how that happened, but he did. And that's really good for you because now they can't push in without a main tank. If they do, they're gonna be shredded by the Mercy Reaper. So pretty much your team covered for your mistake here.
Keep up the defense. I don't.
And that allowed you to get back to the fight.
I see damage boost, damage boost.
So they have 10 seconds, they have to use everything, you guys have to use everything. Here, after their Genji ulted, you had the right idea to get down, make sure you don't die. But what I would have done, so you're jumping off, you see Zen ulting. If I was you, I would just jump right next to Zen and shoot from there. If Zen moves, I would just move with the Zen because you can match Zen's speed, and you would never die to this Genji. Also, another thing you could have done, once you jumped off here, it's fine. You missed the jump, or you didn't want to jump to the Zen. But you can go back here and go to where the Mega Pack is, you know, and shoot from there. The Genji would have to make some kind of a double dash to get to you, and you would once again be safe. Safe. Well, I guess this is fine as well. You're alive. That's what's important here. I'm just trying to point out ways where you can be more effective while also running away from the Genji.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Reaper?
Nice.
I am
Hey, why do I always get
providing.
sad when I see my Korean friend? Cause
And that's game.
Get it?
Overall, I'd say you like your aim is not bad. You know what you're doing. You're not just holding left click. You're timing your left clicks. You have to work on your rockets, especially against tracers, and to get small advantages. But your most important problem is positioning. That's what's gonna make you probably a GM player, and maybe more. You have to position a lot better with Soldier to create space for yourself, to relieve pressure from your team, and to also create pressure for their team. And if you're playing, because you're playing Hitscan, you're playing Soldier, McCree, Tracer. So maybe with the McCree, you play next to your tanks or close to your healers to help them. But with Soldier and Tracer, you want to be creating a shit ton of pressure. So work on that positioning, work on your rockets, and make sure you realize why you visor and why you say visor. Like, if you don't understand any of this, hit me up on Discord. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching.